ballpark. Happy to have you with us. Interleague baseball on MLB The Show. It's the New York Yankees taking on the Los Angeles Dodgers. First pitch coming at you right after the break. So, almost ready to get underway, and towing the slab in this one, Tyler Glasnow.
Well, that 12-6 curveball explodes out of the hand, and because he's able to throw the high fastball at the top of the strike zone for a strike, hitters commit to that pitch, and before they know it, they're swinging over the top of that curveball.
And stepping in for the Yankees, Jason Dominguez.
Jason Dominguez.
That's to third. Muncy to first. One out in the top of the first. Okay, let's check out the lineup. And it's clear the most important job they have today is getting to the starting pitcher early and often.
No doubt about that. That's the best way to disrupt a game. But can they do it? Certainly something for us to pay attention to in this one, partner.
So up next, George Lombardo. And takes low for ball one.
We're watching a former Rays pitcher today in Glasnow. He had plenty of good years in Tampa Bay before being traded. He's not the first pitcher with dominant stuff the Rays have dealt. Blake Snell, David Price, and James Shields definitely come to mind, Boog.
Ripped to short. Throw off line. He's safe. And a nice job there to keep it from getting away.
Sometimes early errors can be just as costly as errors made late in the ball game, but you just don't know it at the time. Second batter of the game gets on base for free, bringing up the number 3 hitter. So we'll see if they can take advantage right here.
Man at first. And up next for New York, Aaron Judge. He's got the power, but great contact skills. One of the best contact hitters in the game. And that one wrapped foul. Glasnow, a former All-Star. He features a 4-seam fastball, a slider, a curve, and he works in a 2-seamer. Just off the inside edge.
Boog, he never moved because he never had time to. But that kind of velocity, you'd prefer that pitcher work away.
Judge waits. That just misses. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Really good take, especially with 2 strikes.
And that one is in. Lombardo over at first with 1 away. Swing and a miss. And he's down on strikes. And Judge is down on strikes.
Well, we see it a lot more these days than we ever did when I played, but a slider in the 90s still catches your attention. Even if you're sitting on the pitch, good luck recognizing that tight spin and adjusting to the late break.
Here is Goldschmidt. Here goes the runner. Pitching for a strike. Safe at second with a stolen base.
When your catcher's not a great thrower, you have to do a better job at controlling the running game. And that's throwing over, that's stepping off, doing whatever you can to try to keep that base stealer's rhythm off. Well, they weren't able to do it right there. They're going to have to make some type of adjustment. Our players are going to be running all game.
2 outs. And 1 in scoring position. Foul ball. And that misses. Now 1 and 2.
Really nice slider right there, sweeping across the dish, but just couldn't hang the edge.
Now this is in the air down the line. call. Flying after this one. Won't get to this one. It drops foul.
I wouldn't throw him another breaking ball. Try to go again with the fastball, slightly elevated. He just is having a hard time catching up.
Off the mark there. 2 balls, 2 strikes the count.
This guy's a fun guy to watch taking at bat. He just battles up there. He doesn't take a pitch off at all. Makes it so difficult on the pitchers out there. You can tell they get frustrated with how long it takes to put him away.
Misses, and the count's full.
Well, clearly not too happy with the call there. Thought he caught the top of the zone, and you could pretty much read his lips saying, that's not up.
Cut on and missed, and it's a strikeout, and that is the inning.
Sometimes he wears the emotion on his sleeve, but that's okay as long as he's getting results. And right there, thrilled with the punch out to get out of a jam.
Back here with my pal Singy, and towing the slab here, number 31. Chris, how about a scouting report?
Well, the hammer is in effect, and he sets it up so nicely because of the velocity on the fastball. Will elevate that and then break you off when he's ahead in the count. What I love about him, you get into the later innings of the ball game, and the velocity seems to go up.
We go to the bottom of the first. Here's Shohei Ohtani. Pitch is in there. Strike 1.
No ball, 1 strike.
That's down and in. A slider missed. That misses off the outside edge.
Nasty backdoor slider. There's really nothing you can do with that if you swing at it. So that's a good take by him.
That one almost got him.
First pitch strike from the pitcher, but then no panic at all by the hitter. Very patient, showing good discipline. Now he's in the driver's seat with the 3-1 count.
Fought off foul. In the air, left side. Dominguez sizing this one up. Corrals it. And there's one down. Time to check out the Dodgers lineup.
Second, the right fielder, Alex Call.
Alex Call getting ready to hit. Swung on, popped up on the infield to Young. He's got it, and there's 2 away.
That was a good pitch to hit right down the heart of the plate. Had pretty good timing on it. Just got underneath it a little bit and popped it up.
2 outs, base is empty. And at the plate for the Dodgers, Teoscar Hernandez. That's off the inside corner, and it's 1-0. And a pop-up, right side, foul territory. Rice makes the play, and that ends the inning. Nothing doing for the Dodgers here. Scoreless after 1. Top of the second, and now the first baseman, Ben Rice.
Number 22, Ben Rice.
Glass now back to work. Just missed. In the air on the infield, Muncy settles under it, hauls it in, and there's 1 away.
Batting 6th, the center fielder, Spencer Jones.
Spencer Jones, the next to hit. Ball one there. That one fouled off. 1 out, bases empty. Right through there for a strike.
Cold night like tonight, last thing you want to do as a hitter is get jammed or even off the end. Trying to find that sweet spot on the bat. Tell you what, you're going to be trying to catch things out front, so off-speed pitches may be a good complement to that fastball.
Throw on to Freeman, and a couple of quick outs.
I got to think that was the plan all the way. He set him up with a high fastball and then bury that curveball down low to get him swinging. Now, especially with how effective pitchers work up in the zone these days, that's a devastating combination.
2 down, bases empty. Now it's Paul DeYoung up to the plate. There's the strike. Two outs, bases empty. And that's off the inside edge. And it's 1-1. Swings through that one out in front that time.
Got some cut action to it. Velocity pretty good on that slider. So far moving the ball around nicely.
Not close with that one. 2-2. And that one missing low. Cuts and misses. It's a strikeout. So the Yanks go in order. We'll go to the bottom of the second. No score. And welcome back to the ballpark. At the plate, Freddie Freeman. Obviously a guy who makes good contact, hits for average. But one of the things in today's game, the value in the fact that he hits both righties and lefties. And that one is in the dirt. And that's ball one. They're so reliant on the matchups nowadays, Chris. And it's huge when you don't have to sit a guy or platoon him.
When you can hit, both sides in terms of pitchers' arms, you're a guy that it's hard to take out of the lineup. And I think it's very important today when everything is under the microscope.
And a big swing and a miss.
1-2.
Got him looking for the K. Not sure about that call. Pitcher might have gotten a friendly strike 3.
No, that's going to be very frustrating for this guy. He knows the strike zone extremely well. And you know what? Good hitters are not going to compromise. He'll take that punch out, but ultimately stick with his plan and have more success than anything else.
And next for L.A., Dalton Rushing. That one's in there. 0-1. Nothing here in the bottom of the second. And that drops in for a strike. Kenny Jansen doing home plate duties in this one.
Not a huge strike zone from Jansen, so he can't really be called a pitcher's umpire, but he does like the bottom part of the strike zone. We may see some pitchers steal a few strikes down there, especially the ones right below the knees. That's if their catcher can present it properly.
Strike 3, and that's 2 in a row.
Really nice sequence for a quick strikeout right there. A couple of breaking balls to get ahead 0-2. Then pump the hard stuff by him for strike 3. And I like that he didn't mess around. Sometimes guys, they like to get too cute. They waste a pitch here or there and then find themselves back into a hitter's count. But right there, he had him right where he wanted him and pitched him aggressively to get the strikeout.
Muncy digs in. And a first pitch fastball is in for a strike. And strike two.
Ahead 0-2 in the count. Sure, you've got four pitches you can work with, but throw something you can command and get this at bat over with as quickly as possible.
Foul ball. It stays 0-2.
That wasn't an easy pitch to hit. It's much easier to do damage against mistakes, but that's not what that pitch was.
No.
And ball one.
Good spot there, but didn't get the strike at the knees and doesn't seem too convinced by the call out there on the mound as he tries to get a better sense of the umpire strike zone.
In the dirt, and it's 2-2. And now it's 3-2, and this is a good example of the type of at-bat that Muncy can deliver. And that one is inside, and it's ball four. And that's how they get their first base runner of the game.
Didn't miss by much right there. Just couldn't get the call off the inside corner.
Freeland.
So digging in, Alex Freeland. And the first offering is not close. Right through there for a strike. That one finds the zone, and the count 1-2. Two outs. Foul ball, still a 1-2 count. The shortstop takes the ball. Two gone, but the go-ahead run is at first. Bottom half of inning number 2. And now the count filled up 3-2.
3-2, 2 out, runner on first. A lot of movement in the infield. Hitter's got to stay focused on the pitch.
Swing and a chopper out to short. The throw to first. That's the third out. Inning over. So the Dodgers leave one. We'll move to the third with no score. And we're back.
Leading
Top
off for
half
the
of the
Yankees,
third
the
inning.
second
Now it's the
baseman,
second baseman, Jorby Bebos. Way inside, gets out of the way. And the pitch is in for a strike. And the count even 1-1. Ripped on the ground to second. Gets it to first. Leadoff man retired here in the third.
Batting ninth, the catcher, Ali Sanchez.
And here is Ali Sanchez. Sanchez will handle the catching duties in this one. 28 years old. And he was born in Venezuela. Outside low. Ball one. And he pumps in a strike. Top of the third, no score. Swing and a miss, and that's strike two.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
That one to first, and foul ball. Fouled off, and they'll do it again. One down, base is empty. Knocks that one away, and we'll do it again. And that's outside. And the count is even, 2-2. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. He picks up his 5th strikeout on the hill. So the lineup flips over. Jason Dominguez stepping in now for the Yankees. He's 0 for 1. There's a strike.
0-1.
And there's a ball. That misses, and it's 2-1. That one missed.
Full count.
That's a good at bat right there. He was down early in that plate appearance. Works the walk.
One of the things about that 2-out walk, the base runner over at first base is going to have a very aggressive secondary lead. So a ball down the line or into the gap will produce a 2-out RBI, and those are the best. That is, if you are the offensive side of it.
Lombardo batting for the 2nd time, and that's strike 1.
There was a high velocity fastball in the zone. I think a little frustration from walking the previous hitter. He's got good stuff. Pitch inside the zone and trust it.
Runner takes off. Ball outside. 1-1. Go to second. Out there. And the inning is over.
The catcher definitely ready for that stolen base attempt. Got in position quickly, and a strike down to second base to end the inning.
Set for the bottom of the 3rd, and at the plate for the Dodgers, Andy Pages. Headed down the line, and that's a foul ball. And there's a foul ball. Oh, 0-2 now. Just misses the mark outside the zone.
Just missing off the plate there, according to the umpire. And out there on the mound, maybe trying to get an explanation. Can't say he's convinced, but it looks like he's accepted it.
And now it's even up. Gets a piece there. We'll do it again. Next offering is down low.
Executed that pitch very nicely. Just missed with it.
Foul. We'll see another payoff pitch. Out towards right center field. Judge makes the catch, and there's one gone.
Batting ninth, the second baseman,
Sung Kim steps to the plate for the Dodgers. Strike 1.
In the on-deck circle, you really want to use that opportunity to see some pitches and time up the fastball. Last thing you want to do is miss a good hittable fastball early in the count.
Just off the outside part of the plate.
His understanding of the strike zone, very impressive. That was a very close 0-2 fastball. I just don't know how you take that.
And that skips in the dirt.
Still just the second batter of the inning, and on the mound he's already thrown 13 pitches. They got him working hard out there.
Chases that one out of the zone, and he's registered 3 Ks in this one.
Bogey just ran out of patience there. He took a couple of pitches to even that count up at 2 balls and 2 strikes, but that time chased outside the zone.
Shohei Ohtani up to the dish. Fly to left his first time. And that's in the dirt. Next offering is in for a strike. Upstairs. There's a line drive to left field. Dives, but it kicks off his glove. Now he turns and heads for second. Now the tag at second, and he's out, trying for 2. And that is that. On to the 4th, still scoreless. And welcome back to the ballpark. John Sciambi with Chris Singleton, and set to lead off the 4th, George Lombardo. Slashed foul down the right side. That'll hook off into the seats. And it's even up. Up the middle. Lays out, but he can't squeeze it. The throw is late, and they don't get an out on the play.
The right field, number 99,
Aaron Judge at the plate.
You have to be careful throwing him breaking pitches, even in an 0-0 count. He loves going after the off-speed stuff, and he's really good at hitting it.
Swing and a miss. There's the slider. 0-1.
Good pitch right there. Anytime you can get one by a bat of this caliber, especially with runners on, it's got to give you some confidence out there on the mound that you can win this battle.
And ball 1 to Judge.
2-1.
In the dirt. No advance. Good job behind the dish. In the air, left field, down the line, and a foul ball.
With 2 strikes, may see some movement over there at first base, trying to stay out of the double play right here.
Full count.
And a swing and a miss. And that's 6 Ks for him in this one.
I'm not sure that was the exact location the pitcher wanted, but it worked. He got the swing and miss, and I'm sure a bit of sigh of relief after seeing that one go through the zone.
Paul Goldschmidt now. He was a strikeout victim his first time. Glass now checks over to first, and he's back. Right through there for a strike.
No ball. 1 strike.
In the dirt, Lombardo, the base runner at first with 1 out. Swing and a miss. And that's strike 2.
1-2.
Swing and a miss, struck him out.
Quite the start to this game on the mound, looking very dangerous to these hitters. 7 punch-outs already, so this lineup hasn't had much success trying to figure him out. I'm impressed with what we're seeing here.
Ben Rice stepping in now for the Yankees. He popped out his first time. Delivers a pitch in for a strike at 95.
0-1.
And here it comes. That missed by a lot. And that is ball 1. And that is out of play. Two outs. And that one almost got him. Glass now, ready and deals. Spoils that one, and it remains 2-2. This one popped up. Foul ground, first base side. Freeman squeezes it, and that is that. The Yanks lead 1, still no score. Ready to go, bottom 4. And at the plate for the Dodgers, Alex Call. Ball 1 and a pitch inside.
You know, these Dodgers, as this game goes on, have to be more disciplined at the plate. They're chasing a lot of pitches outside the zone, and those chases are turning into a bunch of outs. Can they turn that around and stay within the zone? We'll see, but I think they have to.
Just missed.
3 balls, no strike.
And there's the strike. Fastball for a strike.
And boy, that was the pitch. 3-1. You want to be really aggressive on the fastball.
Swinging at ball 4. That was off the outside edge.
He's locked in at the plate when he's using the whole field. He was out front there. Just needs to let the ball travel a little more, and his timing will be back on track. Good pitch for the strikeout.
Here's Teoscar Hernandez. Swinging a foul straight back. One down, base is empty. That one inside, 1-1.
Looks like he was trying to get to the front door with that curveball. It's definitely a finesse pitch, but it backed up a little bit on him and stayed inside.
No, that's a ball.
Way high.
Oh, they have had a hard time scoring in this one. The pitcher out there on the mound wants to keep attacking, make sure that they don't get any confidence.
That's in for a strike. Nasty pitch.
Full count.
That's a good at bat right there. He was down early in that plate appearance. Works the walk.
Man, that's a tough one to take on the full count, but I guess he saw it really well. It's a really nice plate appearance.
Here comes the 2024 World Series MVP to the plate. Freddie Freeman was good all postseason, but man, The World Series was something else.
Yeah, probably the easiest MVP choice of any World Series, which is especially impressive with the amount of superstars on the Dodgers. Freeman tied a World Series record with 12 RBIs, and we'll never forget that walk-off grand slam in Game 1.
Swung on, belted. That's back. Going gone. A massive home run. It's 2-0. That one just sounded different.
And might have been the loudest moment yet. Man, my ears are ringing. I can feel that swing from the booth. Great pitchers are able to tease the outside part of the zone with the breaking ball. That means that it looks like it's going to be a strike, but finishes off the plate. Well, that one finished on the outer half, but caught just too much of the plate and hit for a home run.
So 1 out, nobody on. And up next for Los Angeles, Dalton rushing. And the first pitch misses for ball 1. In the air to left, down the line. And foul as it bangs off the fence.
Well, he got challenged with a good fastball right there. Just couldn't catch up.
Swing and a ground ball, base hit right field. So they get a man aboard with a 1-out single.
The third baseman, number 13, Max
Muncy at the dish. Worked a walk in his first trip to the plate. Inside, almost got him.
Ball 2.
Well, knowing that this hitter's got holes in his swing, because he's got so much power, pitcher still can get a little too tight, afraid to make a mistake.
Rushing, stands at first with 1 out. And ball 4, 2 aboard.
Well, you know this guy wants to swing it, but he's showing some good patience in this one. It's the second time he's taken ball 4.
First and second, 1 out. Freeland now at the plate. He's 0 for 1. Fastball for a strike. Activity in the bullpen. Fernando Cruz getting loose out there for Aaron Boone. Yarbrough warming up as well. Two on, 1 out.
Ball. No, that's it.
2 walks in the inning already, and he just doesn't seem comfortable out there. Like he can find the right mechanics and then repeat them.
1-2 now. And he chases that one. Now 5 strikeouts for him on the mound. No messing around with the pitch calling in that sequence right there. 4 pitches, all fastballs.
Yeah, and that makes me think that was the plan before the at-bat even started. If you think you can simply just beat a guy with only your fastball, why throw him anything else until he shows you he can handle it?
Here's the center fielder, Andy Pajes. Flied to right his first time. There's a strike.
He's pitching well, but not throwing a ton of first pitch strikes. Usually doesn't work out for success, but you can never predict baseball.
Strike 2.
Well, I know they've gotten out to an early lead, but you don't want to take these opportunities for granted. With 2 outs, still lock in with a quality at bat, drive in that run. You may not have another runner in scoring position the rest of this ball game.
Got him looking. That's a strikeout. 2-run shot for the Dodgers this inning. And it's 2-zip. Back after this on the show. Ready now for the
Leading
fifth
off the
inning.
Yankees,
And now
the
it's
center
going to be
fielder,
Spencer Jones. Glass now back to work.
Well, after putting up a nice inning on offense, got some runs across, this is where you look for the starter to go out there, have a shutdown inning. Don't give that other team any hope. You just hope that he can get through this inning, get the bats back up there while they're hot. Well, he looks more focused at the plate and working the count after that first at-bat strikeout.
Swing and a miss, strike one.
2 balls, 1 strike.
Edge of the zone for a strike, and it's 2-2. Swing and a miss. Curveball in the dirt. Got him. Went away on the strikeout.
Well, obviously that was nowhere near the strike zone by the time it got to the plate. And people at home watching are thinking, what's he swinging at? But I'll tell you, some of the break guys snap off these days is just devastating. It can be so tough to recognize where a pitch like that's going to end up.
Paul DeYoung stepping in now for the Yankees. And that's in there for strike one.
Well, the offense has gotten going, and a pitcher wants to go out there, have a real quick inning, get those guys back into the dugout so those bats can stay hot.
On its way to the corner. Nobody can get there, and it's a foul ball.
Oh, I think the key, if he can get through one more inning, anything after that, a hitter or two is bonus, but they should be lined up good enough to get to the finish line.
The Yankees down by a pair, and we're at the top of the fifth. And that skips in the dirt. See ya! Strikes him out for the second time today.
Well, I'd say he pretty much had to offer it that one. You don't want to leave it in the umpire's hands. Even though it ended up outside the zone, it still was close enough to where it looked like it could drop down right on that corner and get the call. Last thing you want to do is get punched out by the umpire knowing you could have at least fouled the pitch off and kept the at-bat going.
Jorbeat Bebos stepping in now for the Yankees. Down the line. And he can't quite get there. It's a foul ball. Glass now back to work. The 0-1. That one pushed foul out of play off to the left.
Looking sharp, just a strike away from 5 shutout innings.
2 down, nobody on. And that's through the swing. It's a strikeout.
Impeccable command in that one. 3 batters, 3 strikeouts. That's electric stuff out there on the mound.
And we're back.
Leading
and
up
stepping
for the
in
Dodgers,
is the
the
speedy
second baseman,
Sung Kim. Shortened the bunt and missed it. It's 0-1.
You know, these Dodgers showing great discipline at the plate, and patience definitely seems to be the name of their game in this one. Feels like almost every at-bat has gone full. They've worked a full count 6 different times, and that's the main reason his pitch count is so high right now. Maybe caught that one off the end just a little bit. Couldn't quite barrel it up enough to really drive it.
Aaron Boone makes his way out of the dugout, and he will make a move to the bullpen. Number 31 won't go any further tonight. Just never found his groove. Wasn't able to settle in. New arm coming on. Back in a moment.
Now pitching for
Here's a new pitcher from the pen, Fernando Cruz.
Still pretty early in the ball game, so this bullpen has some work ahead of them. Best case scenario might be if he can come in here and get several quick outs, kind of bridge the gap that starter left for him.
Back to the top of the lineup. Next is the Dodger DH, Shohei Ohtani. 1 for 2. And that misses. 1-0. And that one is inside. Base is empty, one away. Last half of inning number 5. That one finds the zone. That's strike 1.
One way to make a guy real uncomfortable at the plate is pound him inside with good velocity. They're doing that right here.
Swings and misses. And the count's even at 2.
2 strikes.
That one missing inside.
Full count.
Battling here as he fouls it away. Swings and misses, struck him out.
Well, when you commit to throwing an inside fastball to your glove side across the strike zone, especially with 2 strikes, if you're going to miss, you want to miss off the plate in. You do not want to leave it out over the heart of the plate. So that was excellent execution on that pitch. Really tied him up, and he couldn't get a piece at all.
Swing and a ball lifted in the air. Makes the play, and it's out number 3. Top of the 6th inning, and the batter now, Ali Sanchez. And that's downstairs. And it's 1-0. Action in the pen down there. Edwin Diaz up and throwing. Gratterol also throwing. Next offering in there for a strike. And it's a ball and a strike.
Tonight, his slider has been really impressive. I mean, tight spin. Seems like the hitters aren't picking it up out of the hand.
Pitch misses there. And a count 2-1. In the air, right side. And there's one down.
The batter, the left fielder,
Back to the top of the Yankee order. And next for New York, Jason Dominguez. Dominguez goes 5 feet 9 inches, 190 pounds, and he was born in the Dominican Republic. Fastball for a strike.
He's gotten into a really good rhythm, set down 7 in a row. He just wants to get the baseball and deliver it as quickly as possible. Keep the momentum going.
Swings through that, and it's a strikeout. It is 11th strikeout, and this one really racking up the whips.
Just blown away in that at bat. 3 fastballs, all strikes. He wasn't even able to foul one off. There's not much you can take away from an at bat like that as a hitter, other than maybe there's something wrong with your eyes. Got to have better timing on the fastball next time.
George Lombardo will hit next. First pitch just misses. Two outs. Way upstairs, and the count is 2-0. And that one fouled off.
He's done a great job getting the first 2 outs. Want to get this number 2 hitter, get back in the dugout, and face 3, 4, 5 next inning.
Fastball in the inside corner for a strike. 2 down, nobody on, and we're in the top half of the 6th. And Kenny Jansen punches him out. That's a strikeout. Make it 6 shutout innings for him out there now. It's the Dodgers 2 and the Yankees nothing. Well, we go bottom 6. And now Teoscar Hernandez.
For the Dodgers, the left fielder, Teoscar Hernandez.
Hit hard to the ground and up the middle, base hit. So a runner aboard to start the inning.
The first baseman, number 5, Freddie.
Next to the dish is Freddie. His homer earlier is responsible for the only runs they've scored in this one.
Yeah, forget small ball. They're kind of living and dying by the long ball so far in this one.
And a swing and a miss. Movement in the bullpen. Jake Bird getting loose out there for Aaron Boone. Nobody out. Runner at first. Here's a high chopper. But it kicks foul. Oh, can't pick it up cleanly. Still able to fire over, and they get it. The misplay made it a bit messy, but they cleaned things up for the out.
Now batting, the catcher, Dalton.
And next for L.A., Dalton rushing. Bounding ball here, rolls foul. Cruz, he's kind of a prototypical bullpen arm in today's game. Electric stuff that results in a ton of strikeouts. In a tough spot like this, that is a big-time benefit. Man at second. Swings through that one for strike 2.
Now, as a hitter, when a guy like this comes into the game, you feel like he's standing on top of you, and it's just attack mode coming right at you, expecting to get a swing and miss.
That one misses. It's a ball and 2 strikes. Swing and a miss. Struck him out on a slider, and there's 2 gone.
Oh, really went aggressive in with that slider. Good 2-strike pitch right there. At worst case scenario, it's weak contact in play. Exactly where he and the catcher wanted it.
He gets the intentional walk here, and now will force at any base with 2 gone.
These fans don't like to see that because they showed up to watch him swing the bat. This team does not want to let him beat him.
First and second, 2 outs. Freeland getting ready to hit. 0 for 2 in this one. And ball 1. And that one is in for a strike. Good pitch.
1 ball, 1 strike.
Close one, doesn't get the call. And that's ball 2. Center field. Jones under it. And that will end the inning. Dodgers strand a couple, but they're on top 2-0. Top of inning number 7. Here comes Aaron Judge.
Number 99.
He's a guy who
Aaron
does it all.
Judge.
With the lack of contact in today's game, this guy hits for contact, so he delivers average, but there's on base and slugging too. That one almost got him.
1 ball, no strikes. Yep. 1-1.
The 1-1 is fouled off.
Early in the count, you have to be real careful because of that power. But then if this hitter gets a strike or two on him, he's still very comfortable. And because he has the ability to get the barrel to the baseball,
2-2.
He's a threat deep into the count as well.
And it remains 2-2.
This pitcher's done a good job of disrupting the hitter's timing with a mix of pitches and changing speeds. You want to keep that front foot inconsistent for the batter. Their swings are hesitant, and that's exactly what you want on the mound.
The Yankees looking to rally. Fans another, and that's 3 straight strikeouts. A big first out here into 7th via the punch out.
Yeah, it just does so much to change the outlook of an important inning like this. When you got the leadoff hitter, so critical in setting the table when you got a tight game like this. So a strikeout really puts them on their heels.
Here comes the skipper out of the dugout, and he's ready to make the move. That'll be it for Glass now, and he was very good. They'll be happy with that, no doubt. We'll be back with a new pitcher in a minute. So they turn things over to the righty, Edwin Diaz.
Well, the best relievers love the opportunity to come in and protect a tight lead late in the ball game. Some of them are just wired different, so we'll see what he's got here.
Now it's Goldschmidt up to the plate. He swings and misses at the first pitch. 0-1. Diaz, multi-time All-Star. He features a 4-seam fastball, a slider, and he works in a 2-seamer. That one finds the zone, and the count is 0-2.
Pitching has been pretty dominant in this one, but you got to be careful not working with too big a lead. They could get right back in this ball game if you're not careful.
1-2.
Base is empty, 1 away. Here in the top half of inning number 7. Next pitch is downstairs.
Great job of laying off those pitches down in the zone to even the count up at 2-2. Such a better feeling for the hitter.
And a swing and a miss. And there's 2 away.
Oh, really expanded the zone right there with that fastball off the outside corner of the plate. Got him to chase it. That's a tough one to lay off of because it starts close to you and just continues to run away from you in that batter's box. So it's a really nice pitch with 2 strikes.
Ben Rice stepping in now for the Yankees. And a first pitch fastball is in for a strike. Two down, nobody on. Pop foul out of play off to the right.
Well, that ball was hit pretty hard and sure had home run distance, but if you're the pitcher out there on the mound, you execute it. Just a long strike. You go after him and finish him off.
Hacks and misses. It's a strikeout. 1-2-3 go the Yankees. They trail things here 2-0.
Now pitching for
out of the bullpen for the Yankees,
number
Tim Hill.
41.
Just trying to keep this one close here, and this is where a bullpen can give their players a chance to fight back into the game.
And at the plate for the Dodgers, Andy Pajes.
Went down looking on 3 pitches last time. Let's see if he can be a little more aggressive right here.
Swing and a high fly ball out towards right field. One away.
Really nice job to get your first out of the ball game.
Now batting, second baseman.
And up next for Los Angeles, Sung Kim. And immediately pumps in a strike to the left-handed hitter.
Definitely not a pitch location you're expecting up there as a hitter when you know the guy's got a good sinker ball. If he can get in that location, boy, you've got to look top to bottom, and that's going to make it very difficult to hit.
Ball one.
Swing and a miss. Struck him out. And there are 2 outs.
Well, that's the money maker right there.
Up
2
next
strikes,
for the
slider
Dodgers,
down and away from
the
a
designated
same side
hitter,
throw as the
Rohan.
hitter. I mean, that's just tough. You're looking to protect
Ollie.
with 2 strikes and very difficult to lay off.
Can't glove it cleanly. Still fires to first. Misplay doesn't cost him. Inning over. Dodgers down in order as they're unable to add to their 2-0 lead. Welcome back, and a new arm on the mound to start the 8th. Brusdar Graterol.
Now pitching
These
for
are the spots
Dodgers,
relievers really make
number
a name for
48.
themselves. Late
Brusdar.
and close. There's not much margin for
Graterol.
error, but at the same time, there's a reason they're put in these situations.
Leading off the
And
bench,
stepping in for the
center
Yankees,
fielder,
Spencer Jones.
Jones.
Misses just off the outside edge. I think that was a strike. Activity in the bullpen. Tanner Scott looks to be getting ready for manager Dave Roberts. Next offering is downstairs.
Struggled a little bit in this one. Couple of strikeouts earlier, but doing a much better job in this at bat to get ahead and find a good hitter's count at 2-0.
2-0 to count. Here it
Ball
comes. And there's a strike on the outside corner.
3 balls, 1 strike.
Swing and a miss, and he is down on strikes for the 3rd straight at bat.
Well, tough night at the dish. Punching out for the 3rd time right there. He just hasn't looked very comfortable at the plate. A little unsure of his timing right now. Not picking up the spin and location of these pitches. He'll have some adjustments to make.
Paul DeYoung, the next to hit, who's 0 for 2 with a pair of strikeouts. And that's through there for a strike. And it's 0-1. The Yanks trailing by 2, and we're in the top of the 8th. Swing and a miss as he chases that one darting out of the zone.
2 strikes.
Swing and a miss, and he got him. Coming out of the bullpen for Bienvenidos.
Chance to strike out the side now. You talk about the benefits, the advantages of relievers who can come in and get the swing and miss, whether it's inherited runners or maybe a little jam that they get into themselves. Knowing that they can miss the bat, tell you what, that's huge and can change the ball game.
No.
Bebas in the box here, lets that one go for a ball. Lifted in the air down the left side. Hernandez racing over to make the catch.
Now pitching for
Back
New York.
now, new pitcher on the mound as we
Number
roll into the
59.
bottom of the 8th, Jake Bird. He has a great slider with tons of movement.
Leading up
Alex
for the
Cole
Dodgers,
digs in
the
now.
right fielder,
0 for 3 in this one.
Cole.
Ball 1, no strikes.
The guy at the plate could recognize slider out of the hand. Didn't stay in the tunnel very long in terms of depth and perception. He knew right away it was an off-speed pitch.
Towards first, Rice. Steps on first for the out.
Up next for the Dodgers, the left fielder, Teoscar Hernandez.
And next for L.A., Teoscar Hernandez. Inside, and that's ball 1.
Hey.
Late that time, and it's strike 2.
This guy's sink has so much drop in it. It's almost like a split finger fastball. Instead of just weak contact and balls on the ground, he gets swings and misses.
Jump throw. He's in there.
Well, that's one of those where you just have to tip your cap because he couldn't have played that one any better. Stood no chance with the speed running down the line.
Here is Freddie Freeman. He's already homered here in this one. Just missed. Bebos. There's one. Double play. And that'll do it for the inning. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and no one left. Through 8 full, it's the Dodgers 2 and the Yankees nothing.
Now pitching for
Back
the Dodgers.
now, and on the mound, the closer,
Number 66.
Tanner Scott.
Save opportunity for him right here, and he's their guy. Time to lock this one down and get out of here with the W.
Here's the Yankees catcher now, Ali Sanchez.
Ali Sanchez.
Scott, the lefty who lights up the radar gun. He features a 4-seam fastball, a slider, and he works in a changeup. And another ball.
2 ball, no strike.
Just missed.
Well, I would expect in this 3-0 count, you're taking all the way. See if they'll walk you.
Next offering is in for a strike. And there's ball 4. And that'll bring the tying run to the plate.
Pretty easy walk right there.
Now
Last pitch wasn't even much to think about.
Jason
So up next,
Dominguez.
Jason Dominguez.
3-pitch